Many still waiting on their RAK miner pre-orders they purchased through CalChip as early as April of this year. As you can imagine, these customers are very frustrated considering minted miners were shipped and delivered to customers just last week. Minted and RAK have officially made a statement addressing these concerns and the frustrations. In today's video, we will take a look at this statement and some of the reactions on Twitter, as well as provide some updates for the next batch of US and first batch of UK minted miners. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video here on the Crypto Compound channel. Thank you all so much for being here. Please hit the like button on the way in for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to the channel if you have not already to stay up to date on the latest Helium news and analysis. In today's video, we will be taking a look at Minted and RAK's official statement regarding the sale and delivery of almost 18,000 US miners. All the while, RAK miner pre-orders submitted through CalChip, the distributor that RAK Wireless was using, are still not fulfilled. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I did purchase a RAK miner back in March through CalChip. I was lucky enough where I actually received it about a month ago. So very lucky with the timing there, because if it was any of even just a few weeks later, I most likely would still be waiting for that miner. So I can 100% understand everybody's frustration here. It is a total mess of a situation. However, as we'll see in Minted's statement right here, as we take a look in just a second, we'll see that there is some very important information here to really understand what has happened and what is going on. So if we take a look at this statement here it is. I'm going to read it. So official statement on the RAK pre-orders you're still waiting for. Distributors order from RAK directly and resell the units they purchase. RAK has fulfilled all orders made by distributors. However, we don't have control over their operations. This includes their pricing, how many miners they allow per order, the number of pre-orders they accept from their own customers, and whether or not that number exceeds what they have ordered from us. RAK has always believed that customers should be offered fair prices and timely deliveries, with no delays due to pre-orders. We also believe that purchases in an order should be limited to ensure everyone gets a chance to be part of the people's network. We can see this because there is only five units allowed per order now through Minted. And they go on to continue and say, while distributorship is common in consumer electronics, we wanted to be able to ensure a smoother experience for our customers, to give 100% focus to the people. This is why we created Minted. As for distributors, RAK will continue to work with them for commercial orders and shall continue to fulfill their orders in the same timely manner that we do with Minted. Guys, there's a lot here that is very, very important to understand. I think one of the most critical pieces of this statement is right here. Right in the second sentence, RAK has fulfilled all orders made by distributors. So this means, guys, that RAK is saying here that when you order through CalChip, you are just placing the order with CalChip, who is a distributor. RAK has no notice or information regarding that order. All RAK sees with regard to the orders through CalChip are the orders that CalChip places with RAK. So if CalChip is not placing enough inventory orders with RAK, then they will not have the inventory to actually deliver on these orders that they have taken for these miners. So really what is going on is they have accepted an egregious number of pre-orders, and by they I'm saying CalChip has accepted an egregious number of pre-orders. They have not submitted enough orders to RAK to fulfill all of those orders, and that is the reason for this huge delay we're seeing. Now, as to the reason why they don't place a giant order to get all of these fulfilled from RAK, I don't know, because RAK is telling us they have fulfilled all orders made by distributors. And they go on to continue to say, as for distributors, RAK will continue to work with them for commercial orders and shall continue to fulfill their orders in the same timely manner that we do with Minted. So the question here is, why is CalChip not submitting the orders for these miners to fulfill all of the pre-orders that they have? I'm sure they have tens of thousands still at this point, which is just crazy. And RAK is making it very clear that they will fulfill those orders as soon as just as the same as they are fulfilling the minted orders. So RAK is shining the light now on CalChip really, and it seems as though there is a huge problem there with regards to the number of pre-orders that were made and the orders placed with RAK from CalChip. Now, if we scroll down, very interesting to see the different comments. This person here understands what's going on correctly because look, they are reaching out, or they are calling out CalChip and saying, so when are you going to admit that you haven't ordered our Helium hotspot purchases to RAK and just now issued the order to RAK and fulfill your obligations to deliver the RAK miner V2 to us? So they are raising the flag and pointing towards CalChip to ask, at what point do you plan on actually purchasing these miners from RAK? Because it's clear that according to RAK, they have not. There is a comment here. Appreciate the transparency that you guys have displayed. I also feel like you guys went out of your way and implemented a better system. It's appreciated. I can't wait for my RAK to arrive this week. My CalChip is set for the end of the year or Q1 next year. So this person seems to have purchased a CalChip one and a minted one. And look, I think I agree with this comment here. I do think that the decision they made to make minted, I think that they knew there would be some controversy with regards to the distributors and the pre-orders still out there. But ultimately, I do believe that this is a better way to serve the Helium community, direct to consumer, right from the source. Get these orders fulfilled immediately. No crazy pre-order lists and order numbers, nothing like that. I think in the long term, this will be the better solution, especially considering that there's a whole nother batch of US and UK miners from minted being released as early as next week. I will have updates for you guys very shortly as soon as I have them, but it sounds like October 23rd might be the first release date for the US miners. And it looks like the UK miners are going to be early November. There seems to be a slight delay due to the Chinese holiday and the typhoon that they've recently experienced. I will provide all of the updates as soon as I have them. The quickest way to get them would probably be to follow us on Twitter, and we will provide updates as soon as possible. As you can see by this comment here, it looks like this statement is really clearing things up, which is great to see because you don't want people to think that they're being cheated out of something in the community. This person is saying, my bad, I was under the impression that they were paid for and all were waiting on you for fulfillment. I stand corrected and a little bit more informed about the process. Guys, I think this goes to show, as I mentioned in my last video regarding this situation, the distribution network is really, sometimes they are beneficial for the companies using them and the customers. However, in this case, it really seems to have failed the end customer. And it's really disappointing because the community is really excited about all these miners and people want to get involved. But it seems as though this distributor or CalChip or the logistics behind all of this and the agreements between the whole distribution channel really ended up failing. But what do you guys think? Does this statement help you guys understand what is going on better? Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comment section below. Has anyone seen any information from CalChip? I have not. But let me know what you guys think. And as I mentioned, I will have all updates regarding the next US drop and the next UK drop as early as possible. I would expect the US as early as next week and UK as early as November. Please make sure to hit the notification bell on the channel, like this video, and subscribe if you have not already to stay on top of all the latest news and drops of these miners. And also, please follow us on Twitter. We really, really appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much. That is all I have for today's video. Just like that, this video is over, and I will see you next time.